Welcome to Lotus Lane Daily. I'm glad you're here. Today's wisdom is for anyone going through something hard. You know that feeling when it is Sunday afternoon and the day is still good, but you can already feel it ending? A heaviness creeps in around 4 or 5 o'clock. The light changes, and somewhere underneath your ribs, a dread starts to gather, because tomorrow is Monday, and Monday means going back. By evening, you are quiet and irritable. And you are not even enjoying the hours you have left because part of you has already left for work. Then Monday morning, the alarm goes off, and your first feeling of the day, before you have even opened your eyes, is a sinking. You drag yourself through the routine. And you do this every single week, this slow, private dread. And you have started to wonder if this is just what adult life is supposed to feel like. It is not. Let's talk about it honestly, because the Sunday dread is your life sending you a message, and the message is worth reading. What the dread actually is. First, let's name it clearly so you stop dismissing it. That sinking feeling on Sunday evening is sometimes called the Sunday scaries, which makes it sound small and silly. It is neither. It is a genuine signal from a genuine part of you, and it deserves to be taken seriously rather than laughed off. Here is what it is, mechanically. Some part of your week is causing you real distress, and on the weekend you get a break from it, and then on Sunday your mind looks ahead and sees the distress returning, and it reacts in advance. The dread is anticipatory. It is your nervous system flinching before the blow lands, because past Mondays have taught it that a blow is coming. So the dread is not irrational, it is accurate. It is correctly reporting that something about your working life is hurting you. The problem is not that you feel it. The problem is whatever it is pointing at. Find out what the dread is actually about. This is the part most people skip. They feel the Sunday dread, they call it work stress, and they leave it as one big undefined cloud. But I dread Monday is a symptom, not a diagnosis. To do anything useful about it, you have to find out specifically what you are dreading. So get specific. When you imagine Monday morning, what is the exact thing your mind flinches away from? Is it one particular person you will have to deal with? Is it the work itself gone meaningless? Is it the volume, the feeling of drowning in too much? Is it a boss whose approval you can never quite secure? Is it the commute, the early hour, the loss of control over your whole day? Is it that you feel invisible there, or stuck, or out of place? There is a line from an old philosophical text worth holding here. Wisdom is the ability to see things as they really are, not as we wish them to be, and then to act accordingly. Seeing it as it really is means refusing to let the dread stay a vague cloud. A vague cloud feels unfixable. A specific named problem, I dread Mondays because of one toxic colleague or because the work no longer means anything to me, is something you can actually start to work on. The naming is not just venting, it is the first real step. Things that genuinely help. Some of what helps is about the dread itself, and some is about the cause. Both are worth doing. Stop sacrificing Sunday to Monday. Right now, the dread eats your whole Sunday evening, which means work is stealing hours it is not even paying for. Try drawing a firm line. Sunday evening is yours. Do not check email. Do not do the mental rehearsal of the week ahead. Put something genuinely good in that slot, a meal you like, a show, time with someone who steadies you. You cannot always control Monday, but you can refuse to let it colonize Sunday too. Make Monday morning gentler than the rest. A brutal Monday start makes the dread worse and teaches your mind that Mondays are punishing. So, soften it where you can. Prepare things on Sunday so the morning is not a scramble. If you have any flexibility, do not stack your hardest meeting at 9 a.m. Monday. Put one small good thing in the morning. A proper coffee, a few minutes of music, a slightly nicer breakfast. Small, but it changes the story your week opens with. Give yourself something to move toward. Dread is heavy partly because the week ahead looks like a flat wall of obligation with nothing good in it. So put something good in it on purpose. Plan one thing during the week you can look forward to. A lunch with a friend, an evening for yourself, anything. It does not cancel the hard parts, but it gives your mind a foothold other than the dread. Work on the actual cause, slowly. Once you have named the specific thing, you can start in small steps to address it. If it is one person, that is a boundary or a conversation. If it is overload, that is a talk about priorities. If it is the work having gone meaningless, that is a longer question about role or direction. There is a line worth carrying. When you are unsure what to do, take action. Movement creates clarity. Sitting still creates confusion. You do not have to fix the cause this week, but doing one small thing toward it changes the dread, because dread thrives on the feeling that nothing can change, and any movement at all disproves that. When the dread means something bigger. Here is the honest part. Sometimes Sunday dread is about fixable frictions, and the steps above genuinely help. But sometimes the dread is steady, week after week, year after year, and no small adjustment touches it. When that is true, the dread is telling you something larger. It is telling you that this job or this kind of work or this place is not right for you, and some part of you has known it for a while. That is hard to hear, because acting on it is hard. But it is worth hearing. There's a line that puts it sharply. Do not fear death. Fear a life unlived. Fear a life wasted on trivial pursuits. Fear a life without meaning. That is not about death, really. It is about the weeks. Your life is largely made of weeks, and a week is mostly its working days. If you dread those days steadily for years, then the dread is not a small nuisance to manage. It is a real cost being charged against a real and limited life. And at some point, that is worth doing so, not in panic, but deliberately, over time. You may not be able to change everything soon, but you can stop treating the dread as normal background noise. You can let it be the signal it actually is. You are allowed to want Mondays to feel different. Somewhere along the way, a lot of us absorbed the idea that hating Monday is just part of being a grown-up, a thing to joke about and endure. But a steady, weekly dread is not a personality quirk, and it is not a fixed law of adult life. It is information. It is worth listening to. So this week, do two things. Protect this Sunday evening, genuinely, and put something good in it. And name, specifically and honestly, what you are actually dreading about tomorrow. That is enough for now. You do not have to overhaul your life tonight. The fact that you dread Monday means part of you still believes the days could feel better than this. That belief is not naive. It is right. Listen to it gently and start in small steps to move toward the version of your weeks where Sunday evening feels like rest instead of a countdown. You deserve a life that does not make you flinch at the calendar. Start small and start being on your own side. That's the wisdom for today. If something here landed for you, share it with one person who might need to hear it too. Take it slow. I'll see you tomorrow on Lotus Lane Daily.